Hi, everyone. This time around from our San Francisco office, where I'm with the team here. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a really great, it's been a massive year for PolyAI. We've seen a 3x growth yet again, and in a very tough year with tough macro. And we started working with so many amazing customer-centric organizations, and we've handled tens of millions of customer calls. We also doubled the usage of our existing client base. So I just want to thank you all, if you're still listening, for continuing to make these big bets on PolyAI. And I want to give a few shout outs to everyone who has been involved with Vox. It's been really humbling to hear from so many incredible people here. First off, thank you, Terry, for sharing your insightful framework for evaluating AI solutions. Then Paul Pugel, of course. It's been a pleasure working with you and FedEx over the past 2 years. And thank you so much for sharing a bit of what you've been able to accomplish with us. I'm really excited about the future of this partnership. And you've made my dream of a massively multilingual voice assistant come alive. And I can never thank you enough for that. Pavan, it was fascinating to hear about how you think about customer experience at Caesars. I've really enjoyed getting to know both you and Marianne this year, and we hope to see you back here next year, and probably in Vegas many more times before then. I'm really excited about what we're building together there. And on the topic of Vegas, a special shout out, as always, to Brian Jepson, who opened the doors of that city for us, a city that today boasts the highest concentration of incredible voice assistants in the world. So really, really thank you for that. Thank you also to Dan Eddy, Kurt Wilson, for sharing how you're putting customer service, putting the customer back into customer service. I also want to thank Brian Damon, Mike Hansen, and Dan Savino for telling us how their companies are using AI to disrupt their industries. And I hope you'll have the chance to follow the previous session with the product team. Frankly, when Sean Eddy and I started PolyAI, we were well ahead of the curve in terms of deep learning research for voice assistants. Um, and I think we, genuinely feared and wondered whether we'll be able to maintain that advantage. But, with everything that we've been doing over the past years, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that that is still the case. The new wave of generative AI is the single biggest technical development of our lifetimes. Our product and tech teams have never worked harder, and we're trying to do our best to make sure that all of the available tooling and advances find their way into our platform to make our voice assistants even more human, empathetic, personalized, and better in every other way we can imagine. Um, Coupled with this tremendous client growth we've had, I really want to give a big shout out to all of our engineers, dialogue designers, PSMs, PMs, everyone else who worked really hard. And working at a company that's growing at this pace in a field that's evolving this rapidly with changing priorities, well, it's no walk in the park. So I'm really fortunate to have you all by my side. And just back to PolyAI and our mission, and maybe that video that we played at the start and referred to many times since. Um, my goal has always been to make sure that those bad calls and just the innate annoyance when you see that you're about to experience a voice assistant, we want those things to become a thing of the past. And by our estimates, we're currently running about 5 to 10% of the global voice assistant traffic. And we're really thankful to everyone here for helping us get to that point. It's no joke, but it's still pretty small, and there's a lot more to do. This is just the start, and we are really looking forward to continuing to innovate with all of you. And if you have other, friends and colleagues who might benefit from this, please let us know. But we want to show the end consumer that a really good voice assistant is as essential for that customer experience as a good website or an incredible mobile app. And I think in the next few years we have a real shot at changing the world in that way. And that's why we've been doing it for 6 years and for many more. And then finally, a big shout out to the entire PolyAI go-to-market team. This event has been great. The attendance is unbelievable. It's been really fun. Took a lot of work, so thank you all for putting in all that effort to make it happen. And thank you all. We look forward to seeing you again next year.